Did it work?
That is so intense.
I don't know who set that up, but it's pretty fucking sweet. So I don't want you guys to be jealous that you guys don't have this for your show.
It's just so random.
You haven't been back on here, Tracy, in what, like a year? You got banished.
Over a year. My first podcast ever in over a year. How about that? So you should feel really special.
And this is Alana's baptism?
Mm-hmm. No, I was on Bar Talk a few times.
Oh, dude, YouTube just went live. Everyone got an email that Jock Talk's live, so we will get maybe 10 guests today.
Jock Talk?
That's what this is called, Jock Talk.
Oh, well.
Rounding up the homies.
The true homies. Alana's never been on your podcast before?
What the hell would I have to talk about?
What do I have to talk about? I don't know why I'm here.
Just kidding. Exciting.
I went, you know how I always like to get like horse videos? I basically, sometimes it's hard to find them. And then all of a sudden, this entire podcast is horse videos.
I have like friends and family sending me horse videos to show you now. I think I would like this one.
You think that my DMs are full of girls just being like, come over. No, it's just dudes sending me horse videos. It's the most ridiculous thing. Everyone sends me such good shit. I mean, it's kind of awesome. I don't know where this is going to take me in my career, if it's going to enhance it or if it's going to really put a cap on it.
I just what are the opportunities with the horse world? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, where could we?
Okay, well, look at this. This is an interesting one that I'm going to share with you guys. It's going to fuck you up. So,
you end up buying a horse to race.
First of all, I don't trust horses, but dude, look at this. This right here is basically a story about this horse named Sovereignty. And this horse right here, I guess, won back in like 2015 or something like that. And, it won half of its races, major races, and it made only $600,000 in this time. This is fucking crazy. Is this presenting, by the way?
Yeah.
Dude, so this is the story about what the industry of basically horse breeding adds up to. Guess how much this fucking horse makes a year? Just guess.
500,000.
Dude, 40 million a year in horse semen. 40 fucking million a year. So back in the day, it used to cost 12 grand to get a cup of this guy's sauce. Now it's 250,000, and he's breeding on an average of 173 horses a year.
We in the wrong business?
No,
yeah.
What are we doing?
Tough guys. I don't know what the hell we're doing wrong, but when I saw that there's horses up the street, I was like, I'm going to get a cup of horse cum right now. I was like,
we're out here trying to race Hunter. We need to be racing horses.
He goes out for his morning run and press line. He just comes back with a horse.
What is going on? Is there like a black market for breeding elite athletes? Because this is bullshit. I saw that and I was like, I was just flabbergasted. Like, whatever. It's horse racing, but who's buying this? 173 people every single year are buying off this horse for $250,000.
I don't know, but it would come full circle because aren't you like called a bulk pony? So you could just get a horse, name it Bulk Pony Racing, and boom, we have a whole nother business on our hands that we have to come up with.
Yeah.
And we will succeed.
She's on to something.
Yeah.
I don't know, man.
One of the 17 businesses out there that we have to deal with.
Let's make another
one. Add it to the list. Add it to
Hunter's
the list.
Hut, sweet honey.
Yeah. Dude, speaking of bulk pony, this is the one last thing I'll bring up, and then we will go into kind of the show. But check this out. You guys know Chris Bumstead, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So he tested his max capacity mile. Can you guys guess what it is?
Wait, max like his fastest mile?
Yeah, he tried it out.
Does the guy ever run?
6:15.
Yeah.
No, it's a 9:30.
What?
Somebody from our team needs to reach out to his team, and we should bring him out for just some training. I feel like our stars would align. But
yeah.
I mean, listen, I can't talk shit because if we were asked to do any of the stuff that he does, that he specialized so hard in for such a long time, we would be murdered. So
crushed.
doing a 9:30 mile for him, I guess, is considered like awesome. But I mean, it's just you're just like, fuck, man.
Do you think he's trying to get into the hybrid space now?
He's just doing stuff.
Or like thinking about it?
Let's be honest, everybody is though.
Yeah, that's fair.
I think though, like even for myself, when I retire, like think about this guy has been living in a bubble, probably obviously an amazing bubble. He makes tremendous amounts of money. He's very sought after. He's very appreciated in his space. But can you imagine living in that bubble the way that he's had to for so many years to win that many times? And he's probably just like, I want to go outside and see other kids. Like
see some sun.
Like I'm obviously like incredibly fortunate in the way that my career gets me to travel around the world. I run outside. Like Alana and I've been talking about this. Like we've been in this like micro depression because it's been so rainy and foggy. And can you imagine just being inside of a gym all the time, doing like triceps, biceps, hamstrings, shit like that, and just looking at mirrors all the time? And you're not really allowed to go anywhere else. Like when you're that muscular, I used to read about it all the time in the bodybuilding industry. These guys are so big that one, they can't do too much like extra walking around because it cuts down on their calories. But two, it's like so much more exhausting for them because of how huge they are.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This guy named, let's see, let me see if I can find him. Nasser Sabatini. Was it the bot?
But I bet you can get him to come out. I mean, like he's just been going to a ton of shows. I mean, that's pretty much what he does now is go to everybody's shows and the people that he coaches and stuff like that. He's always at the summer shredding competitions. I bet if you reached out to him, he would come up and do something, and you can try to crush him in a.
Is he like 40?
9-minute mile.
Oh, dude, I think he's younger than I am.
Really?
Yeah, I don't think so.
That was jumping. Yeah,
you jumped the gun on that one, Alana.
Right.
So this guy right here was like the biggest of all the big bodybuilders. Like you can obviously tell he's absolutely giant. This guy was so big that he had to install like those like old people chairs so that you can go up the stairs and you sit down because you can't get up the stairs anymore.
That's
this
sad.
guy, like look at him. You'd assume that this guy right here would be just like the pinnacle of domination. He couldn't even get up the stairs. He would just sweat all the time. So
how disappointing was that for you when you like grew up like thinking you wanted to look like that, and then you're like, wow, these guys actually can't do anything?
Well, yeah, we definitely like I think what we idolized as kids is so far out of reach. Like these pictures of these bodybuilders and stuff. Like look at Ronnie Coleman. Like Ronnie Coleman was a lot of guys. Like how many dudes do you know that had Ronnie Coleman posters in their house? And Ronnie Coleman's a cripple.
Yeah, he can't move.
Yeah.
So sad. It's like going to be my dad one day.
Dude, you and your dogs, man.
I locked him out.
What's with chicks and dogs? Where's that video of the guy from Love on the Spectrum talking about being like 2 dogs? If you can get me that video, that's 100% me. I'm just like,
every single person I know is trying to get me to watch that show, but I don't want to watch that show because I feel like I kind of belong on that show. So, like,
no, Hunter is literally that guy James. Like everything that James says, I'm like, yep, there it is.
Although I don't understand this whole thing with chicks with dogs. My dogs are just loud sometimes, but they're good dogs.
No, dude, there's something off with chicks with dogs. Like my biggest red flags are single chicks with dogs, chicks with dad issues, chicks that have marketing jobs.
Like, so like Tracy.
So basically me without the fucking dad issues, my dad's great. But basically
you don't have dad issues. I'm not saying you're all of these things, but I'm saying like dude, yeah. Whenever someone says, I'm like, what do you do? They're like, oh, I'm in the marketing space. What company do you work for? They're like, companies. I'm like, you post your ass on the internet. Don't lie.
That's prime marketing right there.
But far above that is chicks with dogs. We've already said this.
Yeah. We've had that conversation before. I think literally on this podcast. I don't fucking get it still. My dogs are great. I think I'm kind of cool. Maybe a red flag for other reasons, but not that. not for my dogs.
Fucking right, dude. I pray for Johnny. I pray for Johnny every day.
So whenever I come back, Johnny and I have this alliance because he's just like, we're like sitting across the room from each other, and then Tracy will just say something, and we don't respond. We just look at each other. We're like, "You hear that?" Yeah. It's just
like when because I just sit all day and answer you guys, and you guys are 3 hours behind, and I'm just like dabbling away at my computer. And then all of a sudden, when I clock out and you and Johnny are sitting there and I just say some dumb shit because my brain is just dead for the rest of the day and I can't compute, I just feel extra stupid when you guys give me that look and you're like, the fuck is out of your mouth? I'm like, I'm just gonna leave the house. I'm gonna take a lap.
Hey, real question, real talk. Alana's getting in pretty good shape. I remember when you guys used to first come out here and do your workouts together, and you guys were just in fucking awful shape. You guys were like, I'd watch you guys do the house training workouts, and it'd be like hard intervals, and it was basically talking pace for you guys at all times. And
running like a turtle.
I quickly realized, I was like, maybe I'm programming wrong, because I don't think any of our clients are working that hard. You two specifically, I was just like, shit, you guys are sandbagging.
You have to understand, like we like met you like we had just been like super burnt out from like actually, like I had been sick for like 3 months before we came out here for the first time, and then Tracy was just like her whole you know, everything. I'll leave that one unsaid, but like yeah, that was just not peak season for either of us.
We're doing a lot better,
Alana's starting to get in shape.
Great, we're doing a lot better.
So you guys are going to be in shape?
Mm-hmm. I don't think we were ever out of shape. I just think that okay, we'll speak for Alana, but I don't think we were ever out of shape. I just think that like the way that, because we were popping into like the Ultimate Engine, and when we first started the Ultimate Engine, I was like, yeah, I think I'm going to die, because I just was not training like that very often. And all those high intensity sessions were literally breaking me down. Like I would do one HIIT session and I'd be out for like 3 days because I just couldn't recover. So I just couldn't really do the program as it was written anyway. So I wasn't out of shape. I just think I was dealing with a lot. You know what I'm saying?
Does that mean from somebody in your position that you should just try to get in better shape so you can actually handle the workload? Or does it mean that you should just do less of the work?
No,
I'm curious. I'm curious.
It did work differently. I personally stopped doing the Ultimate Engine and I went to like a shit ton of base training. And I'm actually in great shape. And it's been working for me.
No, she looks good.
This takes me to our next piece of the conversation. Are you guys going to be ready for the Crest Hooch 127?
Yeah.
Probably.
Tracy, has he broken this down for you yet?
Kind of.
We have to be in shape.
By the way,
all I know is that this whole thing is basically going to be like isn't it called the Berkeley, right? Where he's basically like, here, take this t-shirt and like pull a piece from this book and try to figure out where you have to go, and you hope and pray that you get back to the start line. Is that's like the whole? It's
not going to be that hard. Or like,
we're not going to really tell anybody the date of the start time and the start time unless they get the invitation. But basically, here's the race. Section 1 comes all the way through the mountains from here to here. If you guys look at this, you start at 1,400 feet and you make it up to you're above 8,500 feet right here, 8,000. You get off here. So this is probably going to have to be your strongest runner. Then your second runner gets off and goes all the way to here. That's another 30 miles. Then your next runner goes all from here to here. And then the last runner runs into Crest Hooch. So based off my math, it's 127 miles. And I mean, it's crazy. But every single person, if you start, you have to continue because there's no way out.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
There's no way out. And I basically, there's going to be a belt system. Like the champion's the King of the Pines, then it goes Mountain Pimp, then it goes, Contender, then it goes Thanks for Showing Up. And the last belt's going to be like, get in better shape. And if you don't make it by the cutoff, like you don't get anything. You're shamed at the after party.
I'm not worried about the distance. I am worried about like the cutoff times. But you said
you can't cut us off. We work together. You can't.
No, he totally would.
I 100% will cut you off. I think it should be you two, Savannah, and Kat.
Savannah.
What's the name of the girl you hang out with here in LA?
Sammy?
I call her Savannah.
Oh, Savannah.
Yeah.
No.
We could do it.
that's okay.
I just can't take the one that's like hardcore. Is it going to be every 30 miles? And then you're going to be able to know that you can switch people? Because some of these, you're not going to be able to see anybody, right?
I'm going to put it in the notes, guys. If you guys want to apply now, there's no guarantee that you're going to make it into the race. Like I just put it up here. Click this, fill it out. We're not accepting you if we don't want to. And if you show up, we have bear mace. We have bear mace, and you will not be allowed on the trail. And when you're out there, dude, it's Clash of the Titans. Like if I show up with my little pocket knife, I'll cut that hose that you use to drink out of, and I'll leave you out on the trail. And it will start, all the water will start bleeding out.
I'm just gonna get like booby traps and set them up.
Dude, 100%. It's gonna be like Hunger Games, you know, where like the booby traps come out and take people, and there's those like, you know, super wasps and things like that.
I just want him hiding in the woods, scaring the shit out of people instead of him actually racing. Because I feel like that'd be way more fun.
I would love that. I would absolutely.
That's already my everyday life around here, and her just scares the shit out of me.
I do scare her very, very regularly. Yeah.
Who's gonna be on your team?
What's that?
Who's gonna be on your team?
It's probably going to be like Kyle and George and Marshall, maybe. Like, I don't know. Like, it's just going to be a couple of the homies. Like, I obviously want to have a really, really fast team, but at the same time, it's like I'm probably going to be too focused on organizing it. Like, I'll probably take down the first section, and then I'll just like get in a car and make sure everything's good to go.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but like I want to invite very, very competitive teams. And like, obviously I want to be the king of the pines, but you know, to have your own, host your own race and then take the title, it's such a dirty trick.
Are you doing like female, male, or are you going to have like mixed categories? How are you breaking up the?
I think everybody should just create whatever team they want. Like the first year that we do this thing, it's meant to be just, you know, small group, like a small group of people, gather a lot of data, have a ton of fun. Like it's not that serious, but at the same time, it's serious as fuck. So yeah, like you gotta be dialed. And you know, the thing is like the highest chance of failure is getting lost, even though it's not really that hard to get lost. It's just one straight trail. But if like a cougar comes after you or something like that, dead.
I will never trust that sentence. It's only one straight trail. After it was the first time that we literally came to your house and you were like, oh, just go up to the post and make a left. And Alana and I ended up like 4 miles off the beaten path and could not get back home.
Yeah.
There's no fucking way.
We'll need
Sounds like a
never just a straight trail.
Never.
It doesn't work that way.
Sounds like a you problem. Also, honestly, I was cruising the internet and I found this video and it scared me. Hold on.
This could mean anything.
No, this one's deadly, dude. This is for the crew. Look at these fuckers.
Oh no.
What the hell is this? Look at them. They start young.
Whoa.
How dangerous that little fucker is.
That is so cute.
Dude, I'm not kidding. That thing's a trained killer, dude. It would
You want one of those?
Dude, look at that. This thing's the size of a house cat, trained to kill.
Hey, but are we actually getting a hairless cat?
Named Scrooge?
Yeah.
100%. 100%.
It's on my bucket list.
Dude, look at this thing.
Holy crap.
Oh!
I don't understand humans. Like, I don't get why a human with a brain would be like, let me get on that thing.
It looks kind of fun. What are you talking about?
No, it doesn't.
Have I ever showed you guys the video of me?
What?
I rode a bull like this once.
Yeah, I imagine you were just like the most stiff. It
was the scariest thing I've ever done in my entire life. There's nothing that will ever compare. But this body slam right here, I guarantee this dude's leg shattered. And everyone's so excited. Like, nobody gives a shit. And it keeps on going on, to be totally honest. Like, this is a crazy sport.
Yeah.
I just love going around the world. Like, I would love to have a television show going around the world, experiencing all the kind of, like, microcultures of sports. Because clearly, like, look at how many people are there. Like, this many people don't show up to a High Rocks. And everyone's so pumped. And look at this. All the homies try to get out and get as close to the bull as possible, then duck in. And by the way, it's all dudes, which I freaking love. There's not one girl to be found. Look at that dude in his dirty ass Nikes. Like, they're clearly sub-elite athletes, but
Oh my God,
I just love it, dude.
Did you ever go to that pole in Malta that they run up and people like get hurt all the time and there's a cash prize? Did you ever go
I
see
love that. I didn't get to see it in time. Look at this one. This is probably one of the most incredible acrobatic feats I've ever seen. Did you see that?
On purpose? That was not on purpose.
No, but look at the skill, dude. Okay, that guy's gone. But this homie, he's like, guess what, guys? I'm the star of the show now. Boom.
How did that even happen?
Dude, it is incredible, dude. Honestly, I just want to know, who is this person?
Send him to the Olympics.
Dude, honestly, I was like, were you trained by the Chinese to go to the Olympics and ended up in some bull ring in deep Mexico? Because that is skill, dude. This guy looks like he could be a professional diver.
Wait, that's so funny.
Yeah, and look at that. The way he runs away. Can you imagine contacting just the inner thigh or your nutsack from 12, 15 feet in the air? He's off, lands, runs away, just back to the homies.
Do you think he was like king of that town after this day? Like
I guarantee he was given the town after that. You know, like when they give you the key to the city?
Yeah.
This guy.
Prize.
This guy right here.
Because he had nothing to do with it. He wasn't even riding the bull.
He had everything to do with it.
Yeah, he was the chosen one.
You guys remember that movie Rudy?
No.
No.
God, of course you're chicks. You guys are so embarrassing to talk to sometimes. You've never seen Rudy? Oh my gosh.
We probably did. We just don't remember. That's the type of thing that chicks do. We can watch every single movie just like you guys, but we don't remember titles.
No, that's dead
actors and the songs. Like, I don't know how you guys do that.
And Hunter will call me out sometimes because I'll be like trying to tell a story of something I physically just watched or read. He's like, and what happened? And I'm like,
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe though.
You guys have never seen Rudy?
No, I've never seen that.
This guy is basically Rudy. It's a story of this guy who wants to be on the Notre Dame, basically Rudy. He wants to be on the Notre Dame football team, but he's clearly just not good enough. Mm-hmm. And like the very end of the movie, they let him play like one down and he ends up getting a touchdown. And it's like the most encouraging thing ever. It's the story of the underdog.
There we go.
Never getting it. He finally gets his chance and he pulls it off. That guy. That is the story of Rudy. He's like, clearly they're like, hey man, we can't even pay you to be here. We will give you beer caps and you can recycle them. And he's like, yeah, sure. I'll just do the bull stuff for you. Then does the cartwheel and lands perfectly. And everyone's like, he's a guy. Yeah.
He's got a plan now.
Right.
Let me get into the show notes here. There's things I really had that were important. Well, the Cresters 127.
We'll be in shape by then. Don't worry. I can't guarantee that we'll make it back like in time, but we will be in shape to finish.
We'll pick up a few injuries. We'll be good.
Well,
no, the injury is like the whole 7,000 feet thing. Do you guys not remember when we did the Pine Mountain race? Or not Pine Mountain? Where were we?
Mount Baldy.
Mount Baldy, and I literally died.
Yeah, I want to see
this goes. So the majority of this race, probably about 50 to 70 mile section, is right around that elevation.
Sick.
But that's spread out over like.
Yeah, but you're up there. Like you're not going up like this, except for the person in the first section. But let me just make this statement. Anybody who's interested in doing this, you guys got to apply. You got to click on this link. We'll make some social media posts about it also. You got to apply. And we are going to form teams that are like locked in by July 1st. You got to be locked in. So we got about 6 weeks to get you guys prepared.
How many teams are you accepting?
20 to 30. And there's going to be like an after party, all this kind of stuff. You guys are going to get to see the inner workings of Crestline.
That's already Crestline.
Yeah,
we may host it at 2 top secret locations, one of them being Leslie's. Dude, maybe you guys can have faith. Maybe you guys can have faith on the team.
Dude,
would you do it?
I have no clue.
Would you run 30 miles for us? Please say yes.
Oh, there she is. I forgot these comments were even here.
I remember when she came over and did some training with us, and she just destroyed Caleb.
Yeah.
Caleb was like, it was my bike. It was, my shoes. It was this hill. And I'm like, Faith did all of the same things and killed you guys.
Yeah, dude.
Like, it was insane, dude. She was in incredible shape.
You train hard.
I guess
he was using the excuse. He was like, I'm going to be here 5 days later than Faith, so I just know the week's going to kill me. And then instead of like being killed because of the workouts, he got food poisoning. And he died. So like, it didn't even take him being out of shape. He just got food poisoning and he died.
Dude, that right there is called the Crestline flu. Everyone knows about it. Everyone knows about it.
Faith's down. She's doing it with us.
All right. Question is, guys, are you guys excited about what's happening tomorrow? What's arriving in our warehouse?
Yes.
I'll let Tracy have the honor on this.
Tracy, since you did the majority of this work, do you want to introduce what we have coming tomorrow?
Tracy's been slaving.
I mean, I have been slaving away. You guys have no idea the stress. Hunter called me the other day and he's like, have you been having fun in life? Or like, have you just been working pretty hard? And I was like, I'm working really hard. And he's like, I'm sorry. He's like, oh, I'm really sorry. No, but 2 things. I don't really know if you actually want me to say it. I don't like have pictures of it yet. So I don't know how you want to go about like actually telling what it is unless you want to just tell everybody.
You can tell everybody. I don't really care.
Okay.
We'll probably do a more formal thing, but this is a fun way of just putting you on the spot and making you anxious.
I'm not anxious. We have hybrid fuel coming out tomorrow, guys.
What?
It's arriving in the warehouse and we're going to sell it next Wednesday.
Yes.
So it's live next Wednesday?
Yeah, so it's live next Wednesday. So it's coming tomorrow. We'll do all the prep work. Hunter's going to use it in his trail race this weekend, get some really sick content, and then we'll release it on Wednesday. But Thursday, I'll send out the batches to a ton of athletes. So Faith's going to get one. Caleb's probably going to get one. A whole bunch of our like main OG ambassadors and athletes are definitely going to get one because they'll be available to push out on Thursday afternoon.
So we're just going to put it right here next to these two.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Break it down.
I'll send you this thing. Let me see. Hold on 1 second. I'm going to put it up real quick so that way you have it. How about that?
You have to email it to me so I can share the notes. But guys, if you go to buildersports.com by next Wednesday, our new products can be live. So most of our products right now have been just basically kind of what we call like tier 1 supplements. And this is the addition to our next tier 1 supplement where we've had hydration, we've had strength products, we've had pre-workout products, and now we're giving you guys a fuel product. It's been one of those kind of things where in my mind, like I've been sitting on this for a while and I just wanted to make sure that I had the resources and basically the supply to give you guys a product that every single day you could take it, fall in love with it, work with it, no questions asked. And if you guys ask these 2 girls, I have my top cabinet, which is all of my food. And then there's a lower cabinet of supplements that I just test year after year, week after week. I'm really lucky to be working with the feed now. As you guys see, they've sent me tons of products. I've tested everything on the market and I've had my own blends for years. And I just saw after looking throughout the space, I was like, you know what? It's really the right time to introduce this thing because all the athletes that I know in this space are pushing so hard and really have all these aligned goals. And I wanted to find a product that would align with that. And I kept on looking at the space. I was like, this is still missing. This is still missing. And I want to make sure I get it to you guys. So the idea is Hydro is a product for us that we've always had around that was basically kind of like a pre-workout hydration and a 0-calorie hydration. It was one of these kind of things where if you're a person who is focusing on just staying hydrated and staying in the high level of performance, it covers those bases. If you guys are doing really long, hard, kind of arduous workouts, which it seems everybody's really into now, it's like no questions asked. It's the fucking top of everybody's mind. Everybody wants to go do a high rocks. Everybody wants to go do something on Ironman. They want to push themselves. So we want to back that up. So Hybrid Fuel is a product that every single scoop you guys are getting carbohydrates, electrolytes, and amino acids. It's one of these kind of things where I created it because even after years and years and years of trying so hard, not to say that protein's bad, but it's my honest version of the answer. I can't take protein without farting and dying. Like I can't do it. And some of us have just guts that just don't align with that kind of product. We're probably going to have a protein eventually for you guys, not for me really. For me, after I'm done with a workout, I want to make sure that I hydrate as soon as possible, put his carbohydrates back in my system, take amino acids, and get ready for the next workout. So this product right here is going to be what we call our intra and post hydration product and fueling product to make sure that you guys are primed and ready to go and kick ass. And I will say the two people on this call have done a shit ton of work on it. And Tracy basically designed the labels and everything for a bunch of our products. She's done an amazing job. And
Thanks,
starting next Wednesday, you guys will be able to get it. Just go to buildersports.com and you'll have it there. It's going to be in the UK market following, but we wanted to introduce it here first just because with World Championships and the Crestuch 127 coming up, we wanted to have this product available for you guys and ready to kick some ass. So hopefully you guys have this product in your water bottle going to World Championships if you guys are competing in Chicago, and it will be in your water bottle every step of the way throughout the summer and the rest of the season, if not forever and always. So that's my long-winded answer of our new product.
I
almost passed out.
So everyone's jealous. That was awesome.
I think you took a breath that entire time. That was impressive.
You know what? It's interesting. We had to film on Sunday for Amazfit, and they're like, dude, you talk so fast and so much. He's like, you got to slow down. And I was like, get lost, dude.
Pick up the slack.
Yeah, I was like, sorry, dude. You've been hanging out with people in slow motion, dude. We fucking
ADHD complex over here.
Yeah.
It's awesome.
I was like, I haven't taken my medication. You're fucked. Watch out.
Oh man, yeah, we got a lot of stuff going on.
Yeah, it is really exciting. It is really exciting, and let me just see what else I got here in the show notes.
I was gonna say, I think you should maybe talk about it too, because like I do, like obviously I did a lot of the customer service for HAOS for a while, and now I'm doing it for Builder. But a lot of people that do high rocks, especially in the United States, and now that they're all sold out and they're not doing them anymore, a lot of the things that are coming through on the Builder side is like if we're gonna make gels, because I think that running clubs and like people that are getting into marathons, half marathons are becoming so big now. Not that running was never a thing before. I just think that it's the new wave and the new way that people, instead of getting on Tinder, they go to a run club, which is super cool. Like would rather you go to a run club than get on Tinder and Hinge anyway. But everybody's asking for gels. And my kind of response to it was that we came out with this first because it's not just meant to be while you're racing. It's also meant to be post, which I think is pretty important. And I just don't think people really understand the difference of that. Because like I said, I've been doing a ton of the customer service and I think people are really stoked about it, but people have just been asking for gels and I'm pushing them to be like, this isn't something that you're just supposed to take during. It's supposed to be like during and afterwards, you know?
Yeah. Here's the thing. Like I've just recognized that, I mean, I love gels. I really do. You guys notice in a lot of videos, I take gels. Gels are a very, very specific way of just getting a certain amount of calories in a very condensed period of time. It's like, boom, 20 calories, 40 calories, 50 calories. Like I just squeeze it in my mouth. It's there. Mm-hmm. That being said, I still believe in my mindset and the way that I prepared for things. My biggest downfalls and many of my, my aligned people have had the biggest downfalls because of hydration. Mm-hmm. Every single thing that we're doing, unless like it's like under an hour, like it gets a little bit more challenging, but still important. Hydration is going to be the most important aspect of training. Like if you guys watch people that are going to do Ironmans and things like that, if you watch these pros going through the aid stations, they are smashing fuel, water. We want to keep you guys hydrated because the thing that's going to take you out faster than anything else is going to be the amount of hydration you have in your system. And if we can just align that with carbohydrates and electrolytes, which are the fuels that continue to move it forward, it's all of the capacities of your running engine that keeps you moving forward. It's every single sip of the way. So for myself, like based on a water bottle like this, which has basically been our staple for measurement, myself, it's 2 to 3 scoops of that stuff in here every single hour, no matter what. Like if I'm going out and it's anything over an hour, it has to be aligned with this stuff. Mm-hmm. And, we want to make sure that you guys are staying hydrated all the way through and being fueled, hybrid fuel. The other aspect of it is like gels are awesome, but it's one of these kind of things where I'm always sitting there and just kind of looking at the entire market and looking for something that is going to be more supportive for what we're doing. And I just try to keep on looking at all the products we're competing against and how that we can match or do better than them. I'm always looking to do better than them. And I haven't really thought of something that's really made me be like, yep, this is it. Even this product took me a while to just be like, you know what, after testing it for years straight and seeing the market, I just haven't found anything with gels. The reality with gels is pick something that you can digest and that you like. That's it.
Hydration was probably like my biggest wake up call when reading over the nutrition guide. Because what you said, it was like 40% of your, like, you could decrease in your performance if you weren't properly hydrated, or was it around there? Yeah.
I mean, if you lose just a liter of sweat, your heart rate can increase 10 to 15 beats per minute.
That's insane.
And if you think about that, like, think about running like a zone 2 where you're like, I can do this for hours. And all of a sudden in that second hour, like let's say you're really going for a long run. Now, all of a sudden you're holding, like, let's just say 8-minute miles at 145 beats per minute. Now, all of a sudden you're like 150 to 155 to hold the same thing. And now you're in that cooking zone. Like you're up. And what ends up happening is, especially for somebody like myself, where it's like every single one of these hours really, really matters, especially when it comes to the race itself. If you show up partially dehydrated, you're fucked. And if you show up in the second half of the race, like what we're doing for this trail half marathon this weekend, I have to nail down my fueling and hydration beforehand. And I have to make sure that like 30 minutes in, I can pump the shit out of myself, just keep on hitting gels and hydration. And for our new product now, I don't have to worry about the gel. I'm just taking a concentrated flask of 500 milliliters and I'm bashing that thing.
Yeah.
So, you know, for myself, I don't have to be like sip gel. It's like, I don't want to do that. And yeah, anybody who's wants to find more about like kind of hydration, nutrition, performance, timing, the upsides, the downsides, at housetraining.com, we just built a nutrition guide that I wrote. It took me a while. These girls were hassling me for it for months, but I really wanted to keep on going back and read and add and subtract and make sure it was as valuable as possible. That's up on housetraining.com right now.
Well, because when you said guide, I was picturing like a 10-page, like, what's a protein macro thing, but then you're like, no, it's a book. And then we look back to review it, and it's like 40 pages. I was like, whoa, okay. This is like...
It's really good, though.
It's
like, honestly, I know we were hassling you for it, but when we were reading it, some things need a little bit of help. Like, some sentences need a little bit of loving, but overall, it was really good.
Well, you guys got to understand, I'm thinking. I'm not, like, writing. I'm like, okay. So here it is right here, guys.
You gotta change the cover, Tracy.
I think that's awesome. I
love it.
I think that looks really, really good.
You don't eat broccoli.
Yeah, but it's pretty freaking sweet. And
I had one with 2 really big bananas, but I thought it was just a little bit inappropriate. So I was like, we got to change this. So I changed it to broccoli.
Where you guys emailed me the nutrition guide. Let's see here. I'm going to go and find it. You guys talk amongst yourselves because I've got ADD and I can't do both at the same time.
I was gonna say I just emailed you the thing for hybrid fuel too.
Oh,
what I was saying all I could think about while you were not like I wasn't listening or anything, but would be super cool to have our own builder handheld flasks, by the way, instead of water bottles, since we've been breaking our bank on trying to figure out how to use water bottles.
Yeah, we need those.
But now that we have hybrid fuel, we can sell stacks of that in a flask bottle. I think that's
if we got some builder fanny packs too.
Builder fanny packs. What are the soft? I guess they're just called soft flasks, right? Like, you know, the ones, not the hard like Nathan ones, but the
ones that you hold that are like squishy.
Yeah,
I prefer those.
We should get those.
Well,
we have those on the
sounds
website.
like you guys got to get to work.
Sounds like we got more shit to do, Lonnie. That's all I got from that.
So guys, here's just like a behind the scenes on the nutrition guide here. You guys can see that we explain how to use the book. We talk about energy systems. We talk about all of the different kinds of macronutrients. We talk about how to kind of measure your body and apply it against what your output might be, some of the red flags to overfueling, underfueling, post-workout, meals, carb loading, kind of nutrient timing for race days. It just keeps on cruising. It's a bodacious book.
Bodacious.
That's great.
Yeah. And then last but not least, guys, this is it.
Dude.
It looks fly. I know we had that Zoom call and we were hanging out with the guys and they're all like, and you girls didn't like it. Every single guy was like, green, green, green.
Oh, that's not true. I voted green instantly. I don't think Kat did. I think Kat hated it, but
yeah. Just because it isn't really green. But life hack, because Eric just mentioned the feed will have it also releasing on Wednesday of next week. So technically, even though it's not in the UK, people overseas can still order it if they go to the feed.
Whoa.
Plug. To answer Lucas's question, builderinternational.com is where you can get your other products from.
Yeah. Come on, Lucas. Everybody knows that.
Builder International.
Likes the green. See?
Hey, I got a personal question. When was the last time you had a cup of Donnie Frank?
Tracy?
Yeah, Trey.
Months ago.
Right now I'm having butterscotch flavored.
Fuck.
Every week I call Tracy and I'm just pissed at her for not being here.
Okay, I will admit Donnie Frank is better than Pete's. So if Marshall hears this, he's right. It's better than Pete's coffee.
Pete's coffee is dog shit. I made
It's not
Pete's
that
coffee
bad.
the other day. You guys must have left a bag of Pete's coffee at my house because I didn't have any Donnie Frank there. I made Pete's coffee and it was so bad. It was so bad. I was like sick to my stomach.
But also you put like this much fucking coffee grinds, which gives you 1 cup of coffee out of your like.
Hunter just likes to drink coffee grinds. He doesn't like to drink coffee.
So
he
gross.
likes coffee grinds and honey.
But Donnie Frank is really fucking good.
Yeah.
Come back, guys.
When we first came over here. Dude,
What's
you were
that?
so pissed whenever we made coffee that first time.
Because it was so bad.
So pissed. We're like,
It
what
was
is this
basically just
water you
brown.
gave
It was
me?
just it was brown water.
We were like trying to be so nice. It was like the first time we ever visited. We're like, oh, it's fine. We'll clean your kitchen for you since we made a mess. And we're like, we'll make you coffee. And you were like, you looked at us and you were like, what fucking piss water is this? And we're like,
Yeah. It wasn't Donnie Francisco, but look at this, dude. You probably drink Folgers like a creep.
no.
My brother still drinks
Milk
Folgers.
right now.
It's so
my dad.
ridiculous.
My dad's addicted to it.
Folgers is fake news. But
Yeah.
honestly, the next time I come out to California, I'm going to grab some Donnie Frank and I'm going to take it home in my suitcase.
You should. I'm
Like,
just saying.
get it here.
Is Builder available?
Man. Yeah, of course it's available in Germany. He was just saying it takes a while because of customs. Dude, I really, and I embarrassed to say this, being a business owner and owning that company over there in the UK and across all of Europe, I do not know what the hell is going to happen right now with just international tariffs and business structure. Every day I wait for a call from Tracy just being like, it's all gone. I'm like, oh, gosh.
We don't have anything to do with China right now, so I think we're all right.
It's everywhere. It doesn't even matter. It's literally everywhere. But we're on the come up and we're figuring it out. ChatGPT. I have never used ChatGPT because I never really had to until both you guys were like, you know what sounds cool? You're going to do Builder now. And I was like, sick. ChatGPT, tell me how to do my job. Like all this shit. So I'm just like, it's my best friend now. And then I just have to call Hunter and be like, listen, bud, here's the news. He's like, I don't even know what the fuck this means.
Yeah, it's complicated. It's complicated. But reading solves all issues. I guess in closing, we've got the race this weekend, Mount Boney Trail Race. I'm putting this challenge out there. I want to see somebody come and compete against me. I'll give $500 cash to anybody who comes out there and beats me. You know, I don't care. I want to fight. So, that's the race? Anthony Fagundes. I just want to. This is the race right here. So I used to be the course record holder, and I beat Anthony Fagundes, who's a total savage, and now he has the record. So I'm gonna try to go back and get it. I feel really fucking good. This is it. Strava's not gonna open up, is it? Oh, it did. Okay. So we start right here. That's the end and the start, I guess. Damn it. Get out of here. But it's this huge ass race going all the way through here. It's a savage course. And, you're out here cruising, a couple little climbs, then climb the mountain, and then come back down, sprint in. This is the fastest I've ever been in my entire life was at this race. It's super beautiful. It's the backside of Malibu. I'm super excited to go against it. I want to race. I've contacted everybody I know in the SoCal running scene, and I'm like, please come fight against me. And everyone's got an excuse why they can't do it. So either they're scared of me or something's really important happening besides this. But
is this like the last big push that you have, you think? Or like the last race you've done before?
Yeah, this is my last big fight before world championships, and then everything else is kind of just polishing. Like I'll take the week down afterwards. I had just this 3-week build. Alana was there running alongside of me. I've never run that fast in my life as I did on Monday, and I've just been able to like increase everything
alongside of you.
What's that? You're in the car. You're in the car. Yeah. It was crazy. So
no,
like, I have everything I could ever possibly really want as far as fitness goes. So I guess kind of where I like my downside was last year, like I've skated away from the thin ice instead of going right into it like I did last year. So I can't really ask for much more.
Mm-hmm.
It's interesting data. Like I posted about this in on my Instagram yesterday. So I'm a big believer, like, don't allow tech to rule your life, like allow it to be a guideline. And I've always kind of used this Strava thing to be able to look at like where I'm at compared to years before. And this is something that I've used, which is their fitness indicator. And it basically just takes some data points of just what you've been doing for your entire like running career, at least on, where am I going here? Is this it? Have you guys ever looked at the fitness score here?
Yeah. I mean, not enough because I haven't worn my watch in a year, but yeah.
Don't be lazy. But this is what I've used, and I've been able to add 30 plus points. This is the fittest I've ever been. It's the highest score I've ever had. It's much higher than I was last year. Like everything is primed up. It doesn't mean that I'm going to go down now, but if I even just stay here, I'm good. So we've done this over the past 6 weeks of just doing the same workouts ever since, I guess the first workout that we did was March 24th when we got back from that whole kind of like European tour and Australian tour. Now I'm just going to go and see if all of this really, really crazy hard work of speed work and trail running is going to add up, because it's been amazing. Like obviously this is the running capacity thing. There's a lot more to do with High Rocks, but being that High Rocks is so running dominant, if we do well in this thing, it's a very, very good sign.
Yeah. I've talked about it a couple times, like behind your back, but it is a little weird because it's been the same sessions, but they've felt like, I don't know, being a fly on the wall, they felt just like entirely different. Like each week you show up like an entirely different athlete. It's been a little bit crazy to watch. Like it's a fast evolution.
Yeah. I think what I've learned over the years of competing for such a long time, like you can stay up, but it's one of these kind of things where it's like the mental thing and the physical thing. If the mental thing can't support all of this physical work, then it's not worth it at all. And if the physical work has no mindset behind it, it's not worth it. Like, so it's kind of just, chicken or the egg kind of thing. It depends. Like, what's the point of getting in such good shape if you're not dialed? And I kind of made a post about that today. I feel dialed. I feel really, really dialed. I feel that these mountains have really given me back a lot of like a sense of purpose. Like we were kind of talking earlier about CBUM. Last year, I don't know if you guys remember, but I was on my treadmill almost exclusively. I never left the house. I did everything on that treadmill. And I would look at the wall on these Post-it notes, and I had a picture of Lance Armstrong that in a quote that was like pain is temporary. And I just looked at it for like 14, 15 hours a week. And I did nothing but that. And now I was just like, Hunter, fuck it. Like, go back to the bookends, which we've always done, which is focus on crazy, crazy trail running, crazy, crazy CrossFit, and everything that happens in between. You should be able to hit it with a nuclear weapon. And like yesterday, I went on a trail run, and I haven't done it since 2021. I used to run it all the time. And I went up to the top of this mountain over here, and I was like, by the end of it, I was excited rather than like laying down on the floor and being like, which I usually do.
Yeah, it's
I
good.
mean, shit, since like, I mean, we've been, I guess, like working for you. The tour, the US tour will be a year since I've been with you, working with you. But like comparative to last year, obviously you're in a lot better physical shape, I would say. Like, I think you're in a different type of shape than you were last year. But like mentally, is like I feel like a totally different ball game. Like you're not the same. I mean, you're the same person, you're the same Hunter, but you're definitely not the same like mentally. Because even when you said when you were on the treadmill and you're like, I'm just gonna get to 2 trail runs outside a week, and I was like, I think that'd be very good for just your brain, like not even for like training purposes. I think you just need to be outside. And you were like, yeah, and you're just like 10 times different.
Yeah. There was also just a lot of complicated stuff going on last year. I was like negotiating contracts that were going to basically shape the next 2 years of my career. I was outside of the room all the time while in the middle of these workouts.
Yeah.
And it was just a thing. And now I've kind of told everybody, I'm like, in the nicest way possible, you guys got to get lost. And my whole life before I kind of started these businesses and everything was just exercise and action movies. And now it's back to that. And like, you guys have been a really good balance for me to keep on doing that. So thank you. That was the nicest thing I'm going to say for a while. I guess like as we're ending this, guys, another thing that I want to mention is we are going to do the tour again. We're going to be doing the tour again, and we are nailing down the dates. It's going to be going around the United States this time. As we're setting it up right now, I cannot guarantee. It looks like we're renting an RV and we're going to drive across the United States to a lot of the most major cities on the Western Seaboard. If I can't say it's going to be the Western Seaboard, I may just drag these girls from California all the way to the East Coast and then all the way back, which we could do.
I love that.
I've been trying to get Alana to go to New York for such a long time. I'm game for anything.
What we could do is we could go across the United States, like California, Phoenix, see if we can hit something like Oklahoma. Dude, that would be going down. I said we go across, then hit Tennessee, then hit North Carolina, then go down to Florida, then come back to Texas, and then come through. We will get 0 mountains, and we will be looking at fields the entire time.
We have to go to Park City.
It's fine.
What's that?
We have to go to Park City, though. We did do that.
Yeah. Listen, I think there's a lot of options. So if you guys have a gym or somewhere you think that we should go, I'll definitely put something up so you guys can kind of reach out to us and try to help us align with the tour. And, you know, we're pumped to figure it out. We love doing tours. It's a lot of fun. It's a lot of work, but it definitely makes the whole community thing and the reason why we do this not such like a digital and lame process. We really like hanging out with people. So, Faith, we may come to Texas, but we're not coming to Tyler, Texas. There's nobody who is coming to Tyler, Texas. There's not a soul in the planet that wants to go to Tyler, Texas.
She made us in Dallas.
Yeah. I'm super excited about this, though. So, guys, thank you so much for tuning in today. If you want to check out anything that we've got going on, I would say go to buildersports.com in the next week because you guys will get to see our new product coming out a week from now. Buildersports.com, hybrid fuel. Don't be lazy. Buy about 100 because it's going to disappear off the shelves and we're going to have to buy new stuff. And you want to be the person that has it all. You could sell it on the black market. If you guys are looking for training, information about nutrition, go to housetraining.com. We have everything there. We got one-on-one coaching. We got nutrition now. We have guides. We have our subscriptions, whatever the heck you guys are into. It's for hybrid sport, but it's mostly aligned with High Rocks because, you know, that's what I do. But I will say I'm a coach for bookends. You should be able to kick ass with everything in between. So the programs are awesome for almost anything. And other than that, I got to go to the mountains, guys. I will see you hopefully at Mount Boney this weekend. If you guys like running fast, I would love to go toe to toe and show you guys what the bulk pony's been up to. And I guess I'll catch you guys in the mountains soon.
Sweet.
Ladies, I'll catch y'all later.
Bye bye.